If you're a beginning pet photographer looking for a way to make money this month, I have some ideas for you. I'm Monique here of Silver Paw Studio, here at my studio, founder of ProPetPhotog, and very often those first few months of business can be super stressful. And all of the advice out there is having to do with someone who's been in business for a while. Well, what if you do if you have had no clients? How about if you need to pay for something this month in your business? You're really a very beginner photographer. I've got a few ideas for you in this video today, and I want to say that these ideas are ideas I only give to people in that first year or so of their business, maybe 2 years if you're doing this part-time, because from there you need to move on to different ideas. So these ideas are going to feel at first like, oh, I just don't want to do that, but I'm going to explain it along the way, okay? This is really a time where you're trying to get your reputation out there. You're trying to get yourself everywhere. You want people to know about you, and just talk to as many people as you possibly can. And I think this is where a lot of times us photographers think, well, we need to build our skill level. If you're at the point where you're going to start your business in the next year, you really need to build your business information and your marketing and all of that. And I bet your photography is pretty good. With those couple caveats out of the way, here's a few things that I would recommend to you to start making money right away. The first most obvious one is to reach out to your friends and your family. Sometimes they know you're kind of starting a business, but they don't know that you're fully ready. So be bold and reach out, text or message or even call, talk in person to any friends, family, acquaintances. If you have a full-time job, tell your job if it's not a conflict, and just let people know, hey, by the way, I don't know if you've heard, but my doors are open and I am taking in clients right now. Do you have someone that meets these? And it's often like when you go to networking meetings and they say, what would be a good referral for you? So just preempt that question when you're talking to your friends and your family. Say, hey, listen, I'm really looking for people who have multiple dogs, or people who only want their dogs photographed and not their whole family, or someone who I want to photograph their family and their dogs, or I specialize in cats. Do you know anyone who has a cat that would love to have a photo session? Could you pass on my information to them? So be as specific as possible, and just go ahead and reach out to your friends and the family, and do that every year. I would say do that once a year while you're getting established. Say, hey, by the way, I just want you to know I'm still chugging along. I'm doing some great things. And we talked last year about letting your friends know that I'm out here for them and I'm just a resource for them. So if you can think of anyone, I would love to have that referral. And that's all. And if these are your friends and your family, you know them. You're close with them, and if they're in the same geographical area or know people that are, they will not be upset about this, okay? Your business is a big part of your life, and they want to support you. So try this. That's the first thing I would say to try. Okay, here is another concept that I don't like to suggest people do after a couple of years in business, but do some kind of a half-off sale, or like a $99 session sale. Whenever you're watching this video, whatever makes sense for you. I did one summer in my first couple of years here in Colorado, I did a $99 session deal. I made $10,000 that summer. I got a lot of different clients. Some of them were below average sales, some were above. But it worked out for me to do this campaign where I did $99 specials. Now, there was a limited time. Whenever you do things like this, make it limited. Say the first 10 people, or before the 15th, or things like that. Put a time limit on it. And so people know, okay, I need to sign up for it by this date. So consider doing some kind of special, but you have to tell people what your normal price is. Say, you're going to save $400 doing this, or this is half off what I normally charge, or I'm only ever going to offer this, whatever great deal is, the first year of business. This is the only time I'll ever offer it, this particular type of offer. It's for the first 10 people, it's for the for people who sign up in the next 14 days. It's, set up your parameters. So let people know what a deal it is, what the normal value is for these sessions. So that is one thing you can do to bring in cash right now this month, especially if you've been able to gain some kind of a following in social media or a newsletter, or if you have a big network of people in your town. Another idea is to do a breed of the month type contest online. And what I see a lot of people doing, I haven't done this personally, I'm a few more years into my business, so this wasn't available to me when I started. But what I see some beginner photographers do is do a breed contest. Show me the cutest picture of your doxie, your dachshund, in the comments, like say it's on Facebook. Be sure to look up the rules for contests, obviously, right? I'm not gonna have a chance to tell you every single rule out there. That's up to you. But you could do some kind of contest saying, hey, I'm doing this month's dog is Dachshund of the month. And so people will comment pictures of their cute dachshunds hoping to win a session with you. And then you can pick however many you want from those. And so those people can win a session. You do that session quickly, and then you sell them any products that you have. So maybe you're not going to get that session fee right off the gate, but do a quick turnaround on the session and the sales meeting and be clear on what your prices and products are. And so that people know when going into it, they do have to purchase prices and products or whatever you figure out. This was what comes with it. This is what doesn't. But some of those are really fun. It can gain you a lot of traction on socials, and it can kind of be an ongoing thing for a little while if you want. So doing kind of like a breed of the month type of, or breed of the week, however you want to do it, contest online so you immediately feedback, and you don't even have to leave your house for that. Another one kind of along those same lines, and we talk about this a lot, is put out a model call. And I know a lot of you do that in the first few months, even before you open your doors, so you can build out your portfolio. But this model call would be the step after that. So a lot of parameters around this model call, which will make it a lot easier to match you with someone. So when you put a model call out that's for everyone, people don't know it's for them. It's a weird concept, but that's how our brains work. So if you put out a model call, make it something specific. Have it fill some kind of gap in your portfolio even. Let's say you don't have any pictures of multiple dogs. You only want to do a model call for people that have 2 or more dogs. Or maybe you don't have any long-haired dogs, or you haven't had any cats in your portfolio. Something like that. Maybe it's that. Maybe you're trying a new lighting style. You've gotten studio lights maybe, or you want to try sunset or sunrise. Or perhaps you want to try a new location. Oh, I found this new gem of a location that would be absolutely perfect for your dog, and I've got it booked for these dates, or I'm setting aside these dates. So when you do these model calls, make them about you. Yes, they're getting something out of it, but you have to craft it completely yourself. This is not a custom session that you're going to normally offer potentially, but you set the date and the time. It's almost like mini sessions, but more of a model call where they don't even pay a session fee potentially. You could treat it like a mini, but I don't suggest building your entire business model around minis. Put some restrictions on it so it's not for everybody, but it fills something for you and it fills your pocketbook. Another idea is to team up with a local business. And what I'm thinking here is I had a friend who had a dog treat bakery, and every single weekend she was at the farmer's market. Now, if it's in the rules, again, look it up, of your markets, if you have a friend who has a pet-related business or that would be a good fit, see if you can partner up for a weekend there, or if they can put a drawing jar. So I could have asked my friend Sue, hey, can I put a picture up? I think I'd taken a picture of her bakery or something. So could I put a picture in your booth and a little jar, like a treat jar, that people can win a session? And she would say, yeah. And maybe I would come along and help her load and unload her car as well. And we could team up for just that one weekend, and you draw however many winners out of there you want. You can advertise one winner, but every single person in that jar could potentially be a winner. It's your business. You figure out what you want to do. You could potentially have 10 new clients out of something like that. It could also be something like a First Friday. So a lot of towns have a First Friday kind of art walk where all the downtown stores are open. And if you have a pet boutique in town or something that can be pet related, this might be a good place to team up with them and say, hey, can I do a booth, have a little table, just a table at your First Friday and give away some, cards and a prize to win a session. And oftentimes they'll be like, yeah, because both people advertising will bring in even more to their business. So that could be something you can do, especially if you're watching this during kind of event season or a nicer time of year where your town is doing more things. See what you can do to maybe pair up with someone at their table or find a very, very inexpensive place to host something. Another idea is kind of along the mini session idea, but again, it's partnering with a local business. So in our town, we have a garden center that is extremely dog friendly. And I used to do photo sessions there once a year for adoptable dogs. And then I started doing them for just regular sessions, like mini session fundraisers. And then COVID happened, so I haven't done it since then. But greenhouses are gorgeous. They already have the plants. They already have the nice light. If they're already dog friendly, and you can usually find some corner that's quiet enough that the greenhouse would be say like, sure, if you did it on like a Thursday morning, it won't be during our busiest time. So consider their business model as well. But you might be able to set up something with a local pet business like a greenhouse and have, a dog at the garden day. Wouldn't that be fun? That'd be so pretty. And it would be a special event tied in with this business. So that's kind of like a mini session, but that would be really quick to set up, and you can do that within a month. You could say, hey, we're going to do this. They can have flyers at their desk, especially times of year where people are coming and going with gardening all the time. And then you all know how to edit out leashes, so you're good to go. This next idea, don't overthink it, okay? The next one is to host a class. I would call it a cell phone photography class. So think of the top 3 things that you're constantly doing with your phone to take great snapshots of your pets. You could teach a class on that. It only has to be 3 to 5 steps. That's all you need. And then host it at a dog-friendly location, like a dog-friendly brewery. A lot of times they have nice places on their patios or meeting rooms. Perhaps it's at the local dog hotel. We have a local hotel that allows dogs. We have a really nice hotel here in town that allows dogs, and they're always trying to get the word out because it's such a nice hotel. I don't think people know you can bring your dog, but it's very set up. So it'd be a great way to bring in business for both of you, and it could be fast. And again, the hotel's talking about it and you're talking about it, and it's just a class. Because what happens in these classes when you're teaching someone some of these skills is that this is what, like children's photographers has done for a long time, is that they get in the class and they realize how difficult it is, and then they hire you. So what you do is once they're in the class, you teach them the things, you give them a little flyer, you get them on your email list, and then you say, okay, for those of you who are really trying hard on this, I know you love your dog, maybe have it a dog-friendly place, they can bring a dog. I'm going to offer this special for you just for today though. And you can tell them that right up front. Like, I'm doing 70% off sessions just for you here. And so it's very exclusive, but it's almost a no-brainer. How can they walk away without that? So if your session, when you really ramp up, your full session price is, say, $500, if you're saying, okay, since you're here, I'm only offering it like $80, but it's only until like the end of this class, just so you know. But in the meantime, I am going to teach you something valuable. So if teaching is something you like to do and you're okay with it being like not too complicated, okay? Don't overcomplicate this, but you could teach a little class. If you know a lot about social media, make it about making your dog an Instagram page, something like that. But you could teach a very, very, very entry-level class, stuff that you don't even think about anymore, other people agonize over, okay? You have something to teach. But that's how you turn it around and make it into a session. You offer everyone in that class a deep discount, and then you've met them. You met them face-to-face. Another idea is do a 2-for-1. And so every once in a while you get a client who's sister or best friend is in the same town, and it would be fun not only to have extra hands at a session, but maybe their dogs play all the time. Why not do a 2-for-1? So if you say, we're going to have one session and one session fee, but you all come to the same location with your dogs. This probably would work better if they each had one dog, but why not do a 2-for-1? They can split the session fee, but you have 2 different sales meetings. Be sure to take individuals of each dog, lots and lots of them, and then several of them together. And then when you have sales meetings, it's like you did 2 sessions at one time, or like 2 dogs in one family, but it's 2 separate sales meetings. So a 2-for-1 would be kind of fun, and then you get to meet twice as many people when you do that. So I can come up with ideas all day long. Some of these I've tried, some I haven't tried, but these are all great if you don't have a current client base to draw from. And again, a lot of these I would say do the first year or 2, but then you're gonna have to phase into other things, okay? And if you do have a few clients under your belt, maybe you've been doing this for a year or 2, but you're still agonizing over how to find clients to fill your books this month, then you're going to need to watch this video where I go over a few ideas for you as well. All right, thanks for joining me today. And as always, I wish you many woofs, purrs, and TREATSs.